Hello and welcome to our first ever episode of Skewdio on Tour. We are coming to you live from our summer event, Race for the Future.
More than 100 of us have come together for a day of fun, innovation, and the odd surprise. And right now, 9 Skewbers are going to be sharing their drive, values, and hopes for the future.
So let's jump right in. In our first section, we'll be looking at what drives our Skewbers. So, Kyle, Dawn, and Ben, please start by telling me your name, what your role is in Skewb, and then if you can let us know what drives you and what motivates you to get out of bed in the morning.
Okay, I'm Ben Fowler. I'm a senior software engineer for Skewb Climate. And part of what we do is enabling everyone to learn and have fun at the same time. Everybody's different. Everyone comes from a different place. And what we try and enable is for everybody to have fun while learning. So if I can do that in a day, then it's been a good day.
You're in the right job, I think.
Yeah, I'm very lucky to be here, thank you.
Excellent. Dawn?
I'm Dawn Reid. I am the head of customer on the DPP, which is looking after the North London network. And we're doing a fabulous job, if I say so myself.
Love that. Oh, can you tell me what drives you? What is it that you get up for in the morning?
When I was asked this question, I thought, it's going to be money, obviously. But then, I thought it's a bit crass. So I thought, I think the real answer to that is my family. I'm really family orientated. I've got 3 pretty grown children now, but they'll always be my babies. That's what I really get up for. That's what really motivates me. And even on the days when I really can't be asked, when I think about them, that's what I get up for.
Love that. So nice. Thank you. And Kyle.
Good morning. So Kyle Lewis, head of delivery as part of the gas delivery team. I think I did a lot of reflection in finding out that I would be asked this question. And I thought about how my friends would probably laugh if they thought of me reflecting on something like this. Because I'm not that deep a person outwardly, but there are a few things that really kind of drive me at my core, and one of those is a sense of purpose. I think...
Sorry, that's just the wind. Yeah.
Some applause from outside. And yeah, a sense of purpose, and you only feel a sense of purpose when you have a reason to exist, a reason to give something back, a reason to kind of help the client deliver what they need to. And that drives me every day. I think doing a good job, doing the things with your clients that they haven't done, they didn't think they could do, is enormous. It gives you a huge sense of satisfaction. And I always say to them, look, we as a team are a puzzle. And if there is a missing bit of the puzzle, we'll identify what it is and we'll fill it together. So yeah, really important to me. And the only final thing I'll add is just a philosophy that I've always really enjoyed. It's called Ikigai. It's Japanese philosophy or concept. And it comes from Iki, to live, and Gai, sense of purpose. And that philosophy has 4 elements. It's a Venn diagram, if you will. The first is to find something that you love. The next is something that the world needs. The next is something that you can be paid for. And the final one is what you're good at. And through all of these, you have the kind of interaction. So love, what the world needs is a mission. What the world needs and what you can be paid for is a vocation. What you can be paid for and what you're good at is a profession, and what you're good at and what you love is a passion. And I think that always resets my ambition as well. I know what I'm missing, and that sense of wanting to give back to the world in terms of what the world needs is something you think you'll always chase. So yeah, if you have all of those things, you've got Ikigai. Yeah.
That's fab. And it's one of those... It's one of those things that you can go back to when you're feeling out of sorts and you're trying to figure out what's wrong. If you go back to that and look through those things, you can reset.
Yeah, it resets you. It allows you to reset your ambition and keep going. And when you've got a fresh start, you know, here's where I need to fill. my needs. Yeah.
Love that. So we've got purpose, family, and fun. It's pretty good. So let's open it up to the audience. Does anyone have a question that they'd like for my guests, or would like to share what drives them?
Hi there. Oh gosh. My name is Susan Sharp. I work on the Skewb climate team, developing games. Woo-hoo, yeah, that's great. So I was thinking about, and I was going to say originally what Dawn said, but I thought about it a little bit, and then Carl went on and talked. What drives me is to be the best I can be every day, whether that's the best for my family, the best for my job, the best for my team, but most importantly is the best for myself, because you got to take care of yourself before you can take care of everybody else.
Woo! Love that. Thank you, Susan.
I'm Jack England. I'm with Kyle on the Cadent transformation team. Dawn, I think a lot of people would probably say that family motivates them, and I certainly feel the same. You've heard me endlessly talk about my daughter. I just want to know how your drive for your family and your priorities you place on work have changed over your period of time as a mum so far.
So I think before I had my children, it was just all about me. But then once you become a parent...
Is it not still?
No, I mean, they get a bit of a look in. But then once I became a parent, my priorities changed and my outlook was very much, how am I going to make sure that I provide the best life for them? So your needs kind of take a bit of a back seat. I've gone through the years, my eldest is nearly 40 now, so as I've gone through the years of parenting, your kind of drive changes. So at different points in your life, different things become the drivers. Where I am now is that my children are grown, although they're still my babies. I will keep saying that. They're still my babies. They are grown and they have, I guess my drive now, although it's still family, I can now go back and do a lot of things for myself as well. So, yeah, I think it just changes throughout the time, depending on what's going on in your life, what work you're doing, what's going on for your children, whether they're starting school. So there's lots of different factors that come into play throughout the journey as a parent. But I'm glad to say I've come out the other end. So those of you who are just starting on your journey, like Jack, I've got lots of advice that you might want to take. So, yeah, I guess right now I'm just kind of doing things that I like doing, which is a great place to be.
Thank you, Jack. One more.
Hi, I'm Charmaine Newmarch, and I'm also from Gas Delivery. Just in our busyness of our everyday lives, and this is a question to any of you, we sometimes forget our purpose, lose track of what our values are just through distraction and being really involved in what we do. Can one of you, or several of you, share the sorts of practices or things you do to get you back on track, to kind of reignite that sense of purpose and connection to values?
Who's going to take this? Ben, thank you.
I'll try. So I think it's okay to reset and understand that you've got a support network around you, and it's okay to be scared and to cry and to sometimes ask for help if you need to. And it does take time. You can't just be on all of every day. So sometimes you've just got to step back, take a deep breath, count to 3, and reevaluate everything. And that's okay. I think that's fine. That's how I do it anyway.
Thank you.
For me, it's kind of remembering the why you're doing and connecting that with how you're helping other people. I think what we all do is, we might think we're helping a business's bottom line, but with that comes keeping people employed. And I think connecting with that reason for why we're working, and then the knock-on effect that can have on other people, can really set you on the right tracks and make your narrative just even stronger. So concentrate on the why for me.
Thank you. Thank you very much, team. I'll now pass over to you, Sarah.
Thank you, guys. So next we're going to be talking about values, what you guys really believe in. So Nina, we're going to come to you first. Please start by introducing yourself and sharing with us what values do you hold true to.
Hello, everybody. I'm new to Skewb. I only joined last Monday, so hello, everybody. Thank you. So it's actually a privilege and an honour to be sitting here today to share a little bit of me rather than what you see at work, because I think the values and the way that we work and, you know, joining that together with your sense of purpose and drive are really key in the person that you are rather than just the way that you do things. I'm very much focused on treat people as you want to be treated yourself. And that to me is my strap line for life. So that is very much directed by a strong moral compass that I have as well, which has been developed over life by the way that I've been treated, how I've seen the way that I've treated impact other people. But what is the fuel to that compass are the values that sit behind it. So when I was asked to do this, I reflected on how I work outside of work, but then I thought, well, let's transfer that into Scuba, because that's what I am now. Yay! So, S. What's S? Self-care, self-belief, self-knowledge, and also having that sincerity of yourself. So I've built a few S's in there. And I think that's really important, and that isn't about being arrogant or anything else, but it's actually, if you understand and recognise what you believe to be right and wrong, you can hold yourself against that. So having that self-awareness is really, really important to me. K. K's a hard one. So knowledge. But knowledge isn't about knowing everything. It's actually having the opportunity to have the experience and make your own decisions based on what you see, hear and learn, rather than, you know, somebody may have a judgment about a person. They will tell you that. Fine, I will listen. However, I will make my own decision on my own knowledge. And I think that's, for me, comes back to that whole self-belief of knowing what's, you know, what I feel comfortable with. E. I would say my value here is about enthusiasm, encouragement, equality. And I think that is something that we often miss. And I think the other E in there is empathy. And I'm probably going to struggle with the last E in Scuba, to be honest now. I think I've used them all. And then if you... W, wisdom. So with wisdom, I think that is drawing on your experiences again, resetting, having the opportunity and the strength and the commitment in yourself to use the knowledge that you've already gained from experience, and having the opportunity and the strength to reach out to others to be able to develop that even further. B is belief, having your own self-belief, your belief in others, and trusting yourself to follow that. And again, that kind of comes back to the self bit. E, I've talked enough about E's. R, my final one would be respect, because I always start from a point of trust and respect of everybody. And it isn't easy to lose, but once it's lost, it's a lot harder to gain back. So if I can start with a really nice level of I absolutely trust everybody, and it's yours to either continue and gain and nurture and build, but it's also yours to lose, and that will only be lost on my moral compass. So in summary, if I can go to bed at night and put my head on the pillow and know that I haven't done anything to hurt somebody else intentionally, I can sleep at night. And that is how I judge whether I've lived to my moral compass, my values, and what I believe in my heart to be right.
I'm on, okay. Thank you so much, Nina. And something you just said at the end of that, for me, was a real full circle moment, because I remember probably 3 months ago now, we sat in your interview. I think it was with Govinda, Nick, I think Chloe was there as well. And you said, Wave, everyone. And you said in your interview that if you can go to bed at night and sleep well, knowing that you've been true to yourself and you haven't done anything to anyone that's kind of upset anyone, and you feel that you're living your life by those values, then that's really true. And for me, you saying that there was such a full circle moment. So thank you, and welcome to Skewb. Amazing. Alison, please introduce yourself.
Sure.
And talk us through your values.
Hi everyone, I'm Alison Dixon and I'm part of the Advanced Project Management team as Senior Network Engineer. Yep. I would say one of the values that I look for just in life is support, as I felt relatively new to this company, being here for 6 months, and I just have to say my team have been so supportive and encouraging, as it's a new role and it's a steep learning curve, and I've just felt incredibly blessed and supported by everyone in the team, and also I've recently moved house, and I've just felt the support from my friends and family as well, and just having that feeling of all-around support from all angles is just so important, and it's something that we should all carry with us and try to lend to others as much as we can. So I think that's something to start with. It's just offering support where we can.
Thank you so much, Alison. Ian, over to you.
Hello. Oh, sorry. Hello, everyone. Thank you. My name is Ian Price. I've been at Skewb for a bit over 3.5 years now, and I am part of the Water Networks team. Thank you, everyone. So I have a few kind of core values I like to think about. I think one of the first, which I kind of see is when I was asked this question, I started to think about that I think of as being the center of kind of not just how I like to work, but how I like to be, is encouragement. And that's kind of for myself to kind of provide to everyone around. I feel like so many things come so much easier when you feel like someone is telling you that you are doing well, and that when you kind of have that positive encouragement from the people around you, it doesn't just help you feel good about yourself, but it also makes you want to think, oh, actually, I want to almost pay back that faith that someone's shown in me, and really just kind of have that support around you and give it to people. And just, I feel like that encouragement is what really pushes everyone to strive to be the best that they can be. And then I think another one that I was kind of thinking of as being really core to me is just kindness in general. I think making sure that, and it's some of the stuff that people have touched on already, but that it does show that support, inclusivity, and that we do make an atmosphere where people feel welcome. And I think here at Skewb we do have that fantastically. And I think just kind of the day-to-day, just making sure that we are just kind of not just talking about work, but just really caring about the people around us and their lives, and just showing that extra level of kindness, seeing where we can help, showing like genuine interest in the lives that we're sharing with everyone. So what's happening with people around us, what we're doing, kind of what we're struggling with, and just being able to show empathy and compassion, and really just make sure that as a team we have that trust and faith in each other to really work well. And I think those are kind of the big two for me. I think it was very weird to think about, because when I think of one word, it sometimes feels like 10 other words just kind of trickle off of it. And then, yeah, I didn't want to list all of them out and then just kind of repeat on the same points. But I think it is that community feel, and just kind of making that welcoming and belonging environment for everyone around. And I try and do that and talk to everyone. So if you haven't met me yet, please do say hello throughout the day. I'd love to meet you all. Thank you. Good to meet you, Shashi. And so, yeah, I'd say those are kind of the core bits for me. I think everything else almost trickles off those, including people, making people feel welcome, and then having the right attitude with that kindness. And then once you've got those down, everything else almost comes naturally.
Amazing. thank you all so much. It's so incredible to hear all of you talk so passionately about your own values. I think we all have kind of our Skewb values, but that also align with your own personal ones as well. So thank you all very much for sharing. Over to you all. Does anybody have any questions for Ian, Alison or Nina, or does anybody want to share their own values? Govinda. We're coming to you, Govinda. Take it away, Steve. Sorry.
Hello? Just to let you know, Govinda, I was up to let you go first on this one. Steve Arthur from the Water and Natural Resources team. Woo! Thank you. Alison, I had a question for you. I had the privilege to work with you and the team earlier this year, and one of the things that radiates from you is a sense of positivity in often quite challenging situations as well. Where does that come from? How do you keep it going, and how do you sort of radiate that in the way that you do? Because you're amazing.
I think it's just kind of finding the joy in little things and celebrating every little win. So for me, it's when I achieve something really small, like even sending an email in less than 5 minutes. I take that as a win for the day. So I think that's just where it comes from, finding wins in every little thing.
Thank you.
We're coming to you, Govinda.
Sorry.
Thank you. So yeah, Govinda Badeshwar, I lead the water portfolio and product implementation team. So mine's just more reflection actually, and just listening to panel members there, actually truly inspirational I think, in terms of, I think as Sarah just said there, that link of your own personal values and Skewb values sort of really resonates. And so from my perspective, there's probably 2 bits for me to answer the sort of original question. And the first one is, that real sort of sense of purpose and doing the right thing. That's really, really important, from my perspective, I think, as right across Skewb and all Skewbers absolutely exemplify that equally as well. So, round of applause to that for everybody in Skewb, actually, in terms of that doing the right thing. And the second one for me is actually about making a difference. So each and every day, getting up and thinking, actually, how do we drive things forward? How do we make a difference? Not just from the work piece, but actually the relationships right across Skewb with fellow Skewbers, with clients, etc. Because that's what it's all about, right? Is if we all do that, if we all each and every day make an incremental bit of difference, just think about the level of change we can all create collectively. So that's the sort of stuff that helps me get out of bed, right? Then whilst I'm in the office, there's a certain cracking of the whip, etc., and so forth, right? That helps continue that drive, and I won't mention where that comes from, but if you look to my right, there might be a bit of a clue there, right, in terms of where that comes from. But yeah, no, truly proud to be part of the team with all you guys. Really, really proud. Thank you.
Thank you, Govinda. We've probably got time for one more question if anybody has anything.
Going to get somebody to put their hand up over there now to make you run over there. I'm Adam Hughes. I'm in the water team as well. I work with Alison and Ian in the pressure management team. Knowledge came up. Knowledge is power. We all know that. We all know the phrase. But knowledge is only powerful when we pass it on and help each other. If you keep all your knowledge to yourself, you're not helping anybody. I love working with the team, and to just go back to the other team as well, what gets me out of bed in the morning is old age and needing the toilet. But also, I get up in the morning because I love working. Yeah, you're going to have to edit that bit out, Jess. Yeah. I love getting up in the morning and working with the team, even if it's remotely. We have such a great laugh as well. We have a lot of humour in our team because you've got to bring the humour to work, because the humour makes the day go quicker, and also you become more productive with a little bit of humour. And also, if anybody chats to Alison today and she gives you the eyes, that's what makes us work harder and more efficiently. When Alison says, "Can you do it?" it's not a request. But Alison, we love you in the team.
Amazing, thank you, Adam. What a special moment. So nice, amazing. Jess.
To go.
There we go, we're live.
So lastly, I am joined by Tim, Katie and Andrew, who will probably never make eye contact with me in the office again. Please can you start by telling us who you are, your role within Skewb, and then tell us a little bit about your hopes for the future.
I'm Tim Pritchard, principal consultant working on the Cadent account. Currently looking at competencies. Shout out to the Cadent account. Hopes for the future, really. I'm going to be selfish, but personal development, it plays a big part in who I am. I love learning new things. I love sharing the passion that I have for methodologies, tools, techniques, anything like that. So if you ever want someone to be a bit of a geek, give me a shout. In that, there's learning new languages. I learn Italian every morning before I get out of bed, religiously. I'm really scared. I nearly said another word there. Really scared of losing my day streak on Duolingo. And I love traveling as part of my personal development. I love absorbing new cultures, understanding different festivals and what they actually mean, going into places of worship and understanding different cultures. So, really big part of my life. Oh, crikey. Next thing really for the future is more of my work-life balance. There's a lot of us in the room that, we're slaves to our laptops, and that's great. We're very productive, we work through a lot of collaboration, but we do need to be mindful and take a bit of time for ourselves, for our mental health and our general well-being. So I really need to do that. And that might be competitions with people on your Apple Watch, which I'm doing at the moment. So if you see me pacing around, that's what I'm doing. But things that are just anything that I can really just to try and keep, that mental strength going. The last one for me really is around community engagement. If Andy Lloyd was here, he'd be saying that I live somewhere posh. I really don't. I just live on a normal housing estate. Well, it's a new build, but it's nice. But we've got a right community feel. We have a WhatsApp group. People gift things, people help each other. An example of that is someone asked if someone could borrow some ladders at Christmas to put some Christmas lights up, and 3 people turned up to actually do it for them. And it's part of playing part in that community. It's great where I live. I never thought I'd live there, and to be able to give back to people. I gave away the other day? Garden table and 6 chairs, because someone else needed it, so just take it, it's fine. But just to be able to do that, and actually go and deliver it, rather than just gift it, but go and deliver the things and then get a picture back saying, no, it's perfect. So things like that all plays a part of who I am. It's giving back. That's it, really.
The thing you said about the WhatsApp group really resonated with me as well, because this is the first company I've worked for where there's a WhatsApp group, and I wasn't sure. And once you wade through the birthday messages, let's be honest, that is our community as well. And it's this similar thing. I feel confident that if I put in that group, even recently, I need a football team. Please, can someone play? Straight away, everyone came back. So it's great that you have that as an individual, and we have that as a community, that we rally around each other in that WhatsApp group. It's so much more than just a phone.
It is a community. You're absolutely right. It's not, we're all individuals, and we all work for the same company, but it's much more than that when you communicate collectively.
I have a question for you. How do you say "I love Skewb" in Italian?
Oh, crikey. It'd be Ti amo Skewb, wouldn't it?
Ti amo Skewb. Love it. Katie, what about you? What are your hopes for the future?
Hello everyone, I'm Katie McGinn and I'm Delivery Director in the Water team. So for me, for the future, I was thinking, like, what do I say? There's so many things that I could hope for, but for me personally, I think when I like get to that retirement age and look back and think that I would love to say that I've had like a really successful career. And successful, I mean by I've done something good. I'm seen as like a good person. I've been a good friend. I've been a good mentor, and just like had a really good work experience throughout my career. And then even more importantly is that I've managed to like balance being a mother, a wife, as well as like somebody like a working mother, because it's really, really hard. I think like what you said before, to juggle everything and get it right. And I don't think at times I do get it right. I think at times, like at the moment, my daughter's 7, and I think that like there's so many clubs that she goes to, and I absolutely want her to go to all those things and have an amazing experience, and for me to be around and make sure that like I'm there and I don't miss out on anything. And that's where you kind of like put yourself and forget about like doing things for yourself. Like, but it's just one of those things, isn't it? And this is my part. And yeah, that's kind of like what I was thinking.
Amazing, thank you. I think it kind of goes back to Nina's point as well. You know, at the end of the day, do you feel like you treated everyone with respect at the end of your career and your life, when you're sat in your gorgeous mansion by the lake or mountains? Can you look back and say, yeah, I did everything I wanted to do, and no one writes on your gravestone, here lies Jess, she worked really hard.
Yeah.
So it is people, those connections, and I think we've all got different juggles and different struggles at the moment that we're going through. But yeah, it's how can you build on that and look back and say, yeah, smashed it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Andrew.
Hello.
Closing the podcast. Not quite. What are your hopes for the future?
Hello, my name's Andrew Adu, business consultant on the best team.
Bold.
Water. Yeah, I was thinking about this question, the future. And I think the only thing kind of guaranteed about the future is that there will be change. So with that in mind, it just makes me believe that you got to have kind of, we talk about all the time, agility, flexibility, all these words. But what do they actually mean? I think what that means to me is being okay with change, being happy to go along with change, because the more comfortable you are with it, I mean, the less, the less you like it, the more it's going to be uncomfortable for you. So that's a big thing. And I thought about the question that was asked to these guys about what wakes you up in the morning, and that is, for me, the mystery of life, because we all have these goals for the future, and I'm sure we're all going to get there, but we don't know how exactly it's going to go. It's going to be so many meanders and left turns that are going to be unexpected for you. So, yeah, you kind of got to have that childlike curiosity about life, and that comes with the changes that come with life. But on a more personal level, for me, I would like to be more involved in these kind of things, because it's so nerve-wracking, but it's fun as well. I like being on stage in some way, but yeah, more involved in these kind of things. And a long distance goal is Shashi. I need that Skewb films to happen. I want to make a film one day. Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you. Thank you. You guys are just absolutely knocking it out the park. You're flooring me with some of your comments. So thank you for sharing that, embracing change with a childlike curiosity, building on that sense of community, and making sure you have no regrets. I think those are all great qualities to take when you're looking to the future. So thank you. Do we want to open it up? Well, we do want to. You don't get a choice. We already have a hand for hopes for the future or questions for Andrew, Katie, or Tim.
Hi, I'm Jade Gilroy and I'm the Senior Project Manager in the Cadent account. So it's quite a positive thing I want to talk about, but I am an emotional person, so just bear with me. It's in the best way, honestly. I cry at everything. I'm also part of the HSE governance group that we've recently sort of relaunched, if you like. So as part of that group, I'd like to drive a more inclusive, comfortable sort of environment for people to talk about how they're really feeling. So I've had my personal experiences in Skewb. I've been here about 3 years now, and I find it a real safe space due to the relationships that I've built with the leadership team and my direct managers to really talk about how I feel. And it's okay whether, I don't know, you're kind of silent and you say, I just need a bit of a break, you know, for I just need to take a day, or you have a good cry on a Teams call, or whatever it is, that you just feel like you're able to sort of explain how you're feeling so that you feel more comfortable in yourself. So I have experience, like I said, personally, where like last week, or was it the week before? I can't remember now, sorry. But I just couldn't go, Social Happiness Day, and I was having kind of a bad week. I didn't know why. But I knew that I was feeling anxious and didn't want to be in an environment where I didn't feel myself. And then I spoke to, I'll mention Jack. I spoke to Jack about that, and he was like, absolutely fine. Don't worry about it. There's no pressure, and it's completely normal to feel this way. There's been other times where I've just been in a really sort of dark space in Skewb support with counselling, deep breath.
You're crushing it.
Yeah, and then I keep on going on this sort of like journey with mental health and discovering new things about myself. And I was saying to Jill earlier that I'd like to do more around people getting a diagnosis to not necessarily just have a label, you know, to get a packet of pills or whatever, which I am an advocate on anyway, you know, there's no shame in that. But just... But the biggest thing is being able to understand yourself. So understand why you feel a certain way, and that this is completely normal, and you know there's millions of other people out there that feel like that, and the more that we talk about it, the more that people around you do feel safer and understand you and them.
Thank you so much, Jade. Thank you for having the courage to open up like that and share that with all of us. We really, really appreciate it. And I will say it's a good reminder for all of us, because I watch you walking around the office and I always think, Jade is such a badass. How can I be more Jade? I just think you are incredible. You walk into board meetings and you absolutely floor people, and you carry yourself magnificently, and it's just such a good reminder for all of us that you see someone in the office and you don't always know the full story. So thank you for sharing with us. And I will also say, recently, we, a few of us Skewbers, Alex, I know you're here, we went to a Women on Water event, and we really built up just being out the office, being in a different space, different environment, talking to someone else on a different team. We built up bonds that we might not necessarily have done if we were in the woods. So if I do have one request, please today, talk to people, find, if you don't have that support network, you know, start a conversation with someone and lean on the people around you, because you're all so supportive of each other, and you have your people and your hype. I'm just one hype girl. There's hype people everywhere for each other, so lean on your hype team today. Sarah's mind today. Does anyone else want to share their hopes for the future? Yes, Alex.
I just want to say to Jade, you're not on your own. I'm in the same place as you. I've been on antidepressants since I was 29, and anxiety, unfortunately, for people with mental health is part of life, and it's hard. And I'm really proud of you for speaking up. And Nick will tell you, I've had a struggle this week, and I think the more people talk about it, the more it will become allowed to be spoken about. And it's not just at work, it's in life in general. So well done.
Yeah, definitely. I think
We've
if we
got time for one more.
Yeah,
question.
sure, do
Why
it.
not? Who wants it?
If no one wants to, that's fine. I think the one thing we can take from that definitely is, if we take one thing from today, maybe it is just to dig a little deeper. How are you? I'm fine. No, how are you? Just follow-up question. If we could all take that away, I think that would be really positive. Lastly, lovely Skewbers sat up here, our guest speakers. Please, can we end by asking you to describe Skewb in one word. Tim, we'll start with you and we'll work our way along the line. And if you can all say your one word that for you encompasses Skewb.
Collaborative.
Creative.
Took my word. Fun.
All-encompassing.
Nurturing.
Welcoming.
Compassion.
Growing.
Belonging.
Amazing. Let's hear it for our Skewdio on Tour guests, everyone. We hope you've... We're off again. Sorry, we're off.
You're fine.
We're on. Hello. We hope you've enjoyed our very first podcast recording on the road.
Today is a celebration of all things Skewb, and what an incredible moment that has been for all of us. Let's just give it up one more time for all of us and for all of you for some of those insights. Really incredible.
Thank you again to all our Skewbers, and thank you guys for watching.
Until next time, this is Skewdio on Tour.
And that's a wrap. Thank you very much.